Hi, I'm Jeff. This is Tropical Plants at 53 degrees north. So, if you have some kind of grow room or greenhouse that you grow orchids in, especially warm growing orchids, it might not be orchids, it might just be warm growing plants that don't like to go below a certain temperature. I'm thinking about 18 degrees Celsius, and I'll flash up on screen what that is in Fahrenheit. Then you're going to have a little bit of a problem with ventilation. I'll explain in a second. This is all about what to do if you have warm growing plants and you want to do some kind of automatic setup for ventilation. So let's jump in. And we are in. Okay, so we're in the cooler side of the greenhouse. This goes down to about 12 degrees Celsius, and when it comes round to summer and obviously the sun is out and it's much warmer, then you find that you need to ventilate it. Now, dead easy for me because I have these big double doors. I also have some automatic vents that open when they reach a certain temperature. Now, these particular ones open when they reach 18 degrees Celsius, which is fine because I'm heating this side to 12 degrees. So obviously 18 degrees is a lot warmer, so there's no problem when they open up. All the plants in this side, orchids as well amongst them, lots of other plants, but they don't mind going up to, I mean, they're all slightly different, but between 25 and 30 degrees Celsius. And by using a mixture of shading and automatic vent openers and the double doors, I managed to keep the temperature below 30 degrees in here. So no problem there, all is well. However, I'll just take you through to the warmer side. Now, the problem over here comes when I have plants that want to be above 18 degrees Celsius. So I keep the temperature to 18 degrees Celsius using my heater, which is down there, which is attached to a controller stroke thermostat. You can see there it's set to 18, and the temperature at the moment is 25 degrees Celsius. So we are currently in mid-April, and as the sun gets higher in the sky here in the UK, then it's going to very quickly reach up in here in excess of 35, 36 degrees Celsius. You can see I've got the screen separating or segregating the cooler side from the warmer side. So what's the problem, you might ask? Well, I have double vents which are up there in the roof, and I've just stripped back some of the fleece for you there so you can see it, and I have these vent openers here, and now you can see there's a little bit from the inside missing. We call them tubes, that's what I call them anyway. I'm sure there's a technical term for them, just like in the other side, and they help to automatically open the windows. Now, the issue is those particular tubes, and the same tubes that you buy or that you find in many greenhouses, and it's not just greenhouses, these automatic window openers will work in any window, any window that you've got in a house or in a grow room or a conservatory, providing it's like that kind of, it opens in that kind of a manner, then these will help to give you that ventilation without you having to rush in and open them all manually. So the issue comes because they open at roughly 18 degrees Celsius. Now, it's not an absolute science, it's not spot on 18 degrees. I found that the temperature can be lower than that outside, but if the sun gets on it, obviously, and it is through the glass as well, then that's going to make it open sooner. And obviously, if it's duller, the reverse can happen. The temperature can actually get even higher in here before they open. So there is a give or take 5 degrees or so. So the issue comes when these openers actually open too soon, and they open maybe 16 or 70 degrees Celsius. Now, what happens then? Well, because the air temperature outside is slightly less, that cold air comes in and my fan, my heater fan, which is down there, kicks on and starts to heat it up. And of course, all that goes out the window. So that is an issue. It's a problem for me. So you might not have even come across this, but there exist, and I'll just show you here. These tubes, which are called orchid wax tubes, they look exactly the same as all the others on the market, but they are filled with something called orchid wax. Now, I have no idea what orchid wax is. I've never even come across wax in relation to orchids before, but they're called orchid wax tubes. And what's special about them is that they open, or they can be adjusted to open at higher temperatures. So that solves the problem. So the only reason for this video is to point out that such a thing exists. So I've bought 4 of them for the warm side of my greenhouse, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these up now, and I'm going to set these 2 open at roughly 25-26 degrees Celsius, so that all the plants in this warm side of the greenhouse will be fine. They will get that ventilation when the temperature is getting up towards 30 degrees, but yet these will close when the temperature drops below 25 degrees, allowing the humidity to stay in and that nice warm kind of jungly feel to be maintained. And of course it also means that my heaters are not going to have to be turned off. I can leave them, because in the UK, even in the midst of summer, it's highly unlikely that the temperatures will remain above 18 degrees. So I will still need that heater just to kick in overnight throughout the rest of the year and to keep it at that temperature. So short video there, just to point out that these things exist, and if you do grow warm growing plants, house plants, orchids, whatever it is that grows in this kind of environment, if you're in another temperate climate with a similar kind of setup, then you might not know these things exist, and you can get along and buy yourself some and save yourself some time, and hopefully have your plants growing really well for you. So if you found this at all useful, please give me a thumbs up, put a comment in the comments section. That's always welcome. I'd love to hear about other people's setups or any questions you might have. And for now, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.